Hey, good morning. It's a new week and here we go. Oh my word, I'm out in Colorado this morning and I am cutting trees that have fallen on our fence. And there's one section here that was really bad. And anyway, I've cut 9 trees that fell on a fence in a space of about 30 or 40 yards. And so I got to cut the trees and then fix the fence. I broke the fence up too. So that's how I'm starting the week. But anyway, we're going to have a really good week, I hope. Cows are already pushing the limits and we've already been putting them back in and they're already looking for weak spots in the fence and it's just the same old thing. So all part of ranching, I think. I don't know, maybe our cows are worse than others, but they sure look for a hole in the fence and they find one and they head up the country. But so we've been doing that a little bit, getting ready to move pastures, believe it or not. Already, the first pasture we're only in for just 7 or 8 days. And so we open gates and let them drift into the next pasture. But for the most part, this video, I'm going to answer a bunch of questions and comments that we've had from a few weeks ago and also from last week. We're going to talk a lot about horses. I'm going to talk a lot about what a go-to horse is and what our go-to horse is. I was asked a question about favorite horses. I'm going to tell you which ones are our favorite and why we like them. And also had a bunch of questions about just the business of ranching and our business and how we financially kind of make ends meet and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to try to answer some of those things and I'll explain that a little bit better as we're going. But anyway, it ought to be a good week. It ought to be a good video. Thanks for watching. All right, so first off, I'm going to turn this camera around and just show you when I say trees falling on fences. So these are, I've already cut these out. I've got to move them, but you can see how they have just fallen right on the fence and busted the fences up, and cows can get through here real easy. I won't show you all these because there's too many to even show you, but you can see my four-wheeler up there and you can see all those trees right in front of that I had to cut out too. And so anyway, big job. That's what I'm doing today and try to keep these cows in the right pasture. Well, all right, been working on fence all day and I'm kind of worked over, so I'm calling it, going home. Hey, good morning. It's a new day and I'm up dropping off some fencing supplies. I've been up here a couple of days. I haven't videoed because there wasn't much worth videoing. All you would have seen is me cussing and swearing and sweating trying to build this fence. But anyway, you can see behind me on the truck, I've got a bunch of fencing supplies. And in the last video, I told you we're going to be rebuilding a section of fence. And so I'm bringing these supplies in. I'm getting them close to where we're going to be rebuilding the fence, but there's only a little 2-track four-wheeler trail that goes up in there. And so anyway, I'll have to get the four-wheeler and put all these on it and haul it up in there to where we're building the fence. But that's going to be a project we'll be working on for probably a month. So anyway, I'll film a little bit of that as we're going. But I was going to turn this around and just show you a little bit of this fence. Okay, so this is some of the fence I've been working on. And right now it looks pretty good, standing up good, but I tell you what, it was down and broke all over the place when we started. And anyway, we're just getting that up. So, and I think I might have told you this the last video, but if I did, I'm going to tell you again. We have about, it's a little over 20 miles of fence that we have to maintain. And what maintain means is that we come up and we fix them every year. And we make sure that they can hold the cows where they're supposed to be held. So that's quite a bit of work. A lot of that depends on our snow load and trees that fall on the fence and that kind of stuff. But if we get a lot of snow, it'll break the fence and the wires and things. This last winter was pretty mild. And so the fence overall has not been too bad. We also have elk and deer that kind of go through the fence. Elk do more damage than probably anything. When a herd of elk runs through this fence, they'll like wipe it clear out. So Anyway, that's kind of the scoop on our fences. And I mean, we come up about 2 or 3 weeks before we bring the cows up, and then I'll spend another 2 or 3 weeks after we get here, like early in June, fixing fence. It's just part of what we do. It's just a really pretty little spot up here. It's nice to see we got some good water, that the grass is coming. Okay, so I'm walking over to a section of fence we built last year, and a lot of you might remember that. But this is fence we call lay down fence. And we put this kind of fence in at higher elevations because there's more snow, and the snow tends to break the fences up. And so this lay down fence prevents that and makes it to where we don't have quite so much work to do. Okay, so here's the fence we built. And you can see the fence is all laying on the ground. So I'm gonna walk along here and stand the fence back up, and then I'll take some video after I get it stood up. Okay, I'm gonna try to hold this camera and stand this up at the same time. So I don't know how this is gonna work, but I'll just show you how this lay down fence is made. You can see there's a T-post here, and then the wires, you've got one wire on the other side of that on the bottom, the middle two are on this side of the T-post, and then this top wire just goes over it like that. And you just kind of stand everything up, and it's actually pretty nice. It stands up fairly easy, but it lays down and the snow doesn't break it. Elk don't break it or anything, and you just come in here, you know, the beginning of the summer and stand it back up. In the fall, after we leave, I come in here and I lay it down, and it doesn't take a lot to lay down, but it sure beats fixing broken wires. So anyway, that's lay down fence. Okay, got it all stood up. So I just stood up about a half a mile of fence, and it took me 30 minutes. So it's pretty quick. And the fence is in perfect condition, like not a broken wire, not even a loose staple, nothing. That's the beauty of that lay down fence. Now, another secret that I'll tell you about fence is when you come to a gate in the fall, we open all the gates just in case there's animals that get trapped behind these fences or whatever, cows, elk, whatever. We open all the gates. So as we're fixing fence and going over the fence in the spring and early summer, we close the gates. Anybody that comes along, another rancher, or neighbors, whatever, that comes along and sees this gate closed knows that we've been down the fence and that it's fixed. And so it's okay for them to put their cows in this pasture as well. So anyway, that's how you tell. If this gate was open, they would know that the fence is not fixed and they wouldn't put animals in it. All right, new day. And as you can see behind me, got another load of cows in this corral. And these are kind of the last cows to come up. Just some stragglers that we've picked up here and there, and some that were at the barn that needed to come up. And so I'm waiting for them to kind of mother up this morning. And while I'm doing that, I wanted to just talk about the business side of ranching for a minute. All right, had to move away from the corral a little bit. It's kind of noisy, those cows bawling. But just, you know, we've had quite a few comments and questions about the business side of things. And I just want to say that it is a business. It's a lifestyle, yes, and we love it. And probably the main reason we do it is because we love it. But if we don't treat it like a business, we won't be having this lifestyle very long. And that's just the bottom line. And then on the business, it's like, you know, when you're working with animals, And that's just what you're doing day in, day out. It's really easy to get your heartstrings attached to things, and heartstrings and business sometimes don't work very well together. So you got to be really careful about that. You got to make decisions based on business, not on heartstrings. So, and then for us, we're a cow-calf operation, meaning that we have mother cows, and every year we have calves. And what we sell is the calves. And so that's our business. So the bottom line for our business is making sure that those calves are in good shape and weigh a good amount, and that we, are able to sell them in the fall and make enough money to run another year. That's the bottom line. So everything we do is geared toward that. We keep that in mind. It's just like we got to take good care of the cows. We got to make sure they're on good feed. We got to make sure there's water in front of them and supplement and all those kind of things. The better we do that, the better our bottom line is. And so that's just the business side of ranching. And it is about having good quality cows, and about, again, just taking care of things and being good stewards of the land that we're fortunate enough to be able to graze these cows on, and being respectful and being a good neighbor, and just all the things that go along with that. So that's probably all I'll say about the business side of things. It does factor into everything we do. And it's not an easy business, I'll tell you that. It's very complicated and complex, and there are a lot of things to that. So anyway, there's the business part. Okay, they mothered up good, and Rhonda's made sure of that. And now we're just gonna move them out of the corral. Turn them out. The reason I say Rhonda's made sure of that is because you see these cows, they're gonna watch her, and they are gonna go find their baby. So, and Rhonda's really, really good. Like, she's quiet and easy, and she just doesn't rile things up, and so she's really nice to have around. And I don't know if I've told you about her before, but she's Border Collie Kelpie cross. Oh, got two little calves over here that need to go out. There we go. Okay, now we're gonna ride up and open some more gates and check fence. So out here on this first pasture, we don't need to necessarily move all the cows. We just open gates and let them drift into the next pasture, which is super nice. We really only do that on this the lower end, but anyway, these cows are hungry, and they're just gonna go right to eating the grass. Okay, well, now I'm doing some range riding. And what that means is I'm just going up through this pasture that the cows have been in, and I'm just looking around. I'm checking the grass and water, fences, gates, all that kind of stuff. And just making sure things are okay. Looking at the cows, seeing what kind of condition they're in. What I'm seeing so far is it's time to move pastures. You can see they've got most of the grass here. Time to move on. So the timing was just right in getting the gates open and moving the cows. This is an important part of the work we do, is just knowing what's going on the ground. There's just no substitution for that, for seeing things with your own eyes and seeing what the cows are doing and how they're doing, and then making decisions from there. So anyway, it's kind of a good thing to do, but we're going to ride quite a bit for 2 or 3 hours and just look around. And then we're going to switch subjects, and we're going to talk about my favorite thing, which is horses. So I wanted to talk to you about our favorite horses, what a go-to horse is, what our go-to horse is, and kind of our perspective on horses. Well, okay, I've made my big circle and I'm just coming back to the truck, and things look good. Got the gates open and check cows and a few things, and everything looks like it's good shape. Okay, so first, we're talking about our horses. I've got to introduce you to all of them and kind of tell you what we've got. This is Sosa. He's kind of a new horse for us. He's a 4-year-old. He is off the Pitzer Ranch, and he's out of Mr. Baron Jules. And just a really, really nice horse. Like, he's coming along really well. He doesn't have a lot of rides on him. I don't know how many. He might have 60, and he just coming along really, really nice. He's the horse I was riding yesterday. So anyway, this is Sosa, gonna be a good one. Okay, some of you might recognize this horse. This is Glade. Glade's a 5-year-old. He is awesome. We love Glade, and we said we were going to talk about our favorite horses, and Glade is one of our favorites. And he's one of our favorites because he's kind of big and nice, but yet he travels really well. He's easy on you, he's smooth, he's got a really good brain and great temperament. Just a really nice, kind horse. And he's almost a finished ranch horse. He's not quite there yet, but he's really close to being there. We do anything on him. We can run stuff down on him and rope on him, drag calves, doctor cows, whatever with him. He's great to catch. He's just everything, and gentle on top of that. So that's why we like him. That's why he's one of our favorites. Okay, and this is Kujo, or Boo, what we call him. He's a 5-year-old registered horse. He's great. This horse is one that we're offering in the San Juan Ranch horse sale, and so he's going to be for sale. He's just a nice horse, though. He's another one that is almost a finished ranch horse, and just meaning that he's just right there. He's got everything that you would want in a nice ranch horse. He's big, stout, got lots of energy, lots of go. You can rope stuff on him, drag calves to the fire. He doesn't get rattled. He's never bucked in his life. And he's just easy to catch, easy to be around. Just a super nice ranch horse. And so why are we selling him? Because Tracy and I are part of that sale, and we're committed to put our best horses in that sale, and that's why he's in the sale. There's not a hole in this horse, and but he's a horse that we've done a lot of work on. He's been 1,000 miles plus, and just a really nice horse. Okay, and you haven't seen this horse for a while. This is Hook, and we just got him back a couple of days ago, and we sent him to a neighboring ranch who has a really good manager, Cody Hatcher, and Cody also rides colts and helps us start our ranch horses, and so he's had him for the last 3 months, and he's put about 45 days on him, and boy, he's coming along great. So something to just know about him is he is a full brother to Boudreaux, and he acts like him. Both of these horses come from Black Diamond Ranch, and Kenny Black and his family, and they raise some fantastic horses, and this horse is just a perfect example of one of those. But this horse, like I say, he's young, he's coming along, and he's going to be really good. Okay, you might know this horse. This is Jake. This is Stephanie's horse. She loves to ride this horse, and I love to ride this horse, and so we just kind of, when she's not there, I usually try to sneak a ride on him. This is an 8-year-old finished ranch horse. He is double Hancock bred, top and bottom, blue Valentine, and wow, he's so nice. So one of our go-to horses and one of our favorite horses is Jake. And what is a go-to horse? Well, that's a horse that you go get out of the corral when you need any job on the ranch done. And you'll enjoy doing that job on your go-to horse. And so that's this horse. Any job that we do on the ranch, he can do it. And he does it with a great attitude and just willing, and he's just gentle, and he's easy to catch and easy to shoe, and all those things you would expect from a finished ranch horse. That's him. So this is one of our go-to horses. Okay, and some of you might know this horse. This is Duke. He's a 7-year-old Mr. Baron Jules gelding, and he comes from the Pitzer Ranch. We bought him out there as a wingling. One of the first times we went out to the Pitzer Ranch, and oh my word, he is so good. This is our main go-to horse and probably our favorite horse on the ranch. He does everything well. He is a finished ranch horse, and he can do it all. And the other thing about him is he's completely gentle. Anybody can ride him. A little kid can get on him and ride him. I can get on him and ride him. And like I say, he just does everything well, and he has a great attitude. Trayson also ropes on this horse. He's a fantastic head horse, and he gets better every time we go to a roping. And he's one of the horses that, you know, doesn't come around very often, probably a once in a lifetimer. And so that's why we just love him. Now, I wanted to mention, he is a half brother to Sosa. And that's why we bought Sosa, is because we knew his bloodlines. And so we knew what Sosa was going to be in 2 or 3 years. But yeah, can't say enough good about this horse.
All right, we moved down to my house. So this is one of my horses. We call him Kujo. He's a 5-year-old Glade gelding. He's a Mustang, got some Mustang in him. And I got him through some trading back in December, and he had a few issues. You know, he's watching spooky, and we sent him to the neighboring ranch, the TY Ranch, and they are a big country outfit, run a pack string and stuff. And so we sent him out there for the spring, and he did all their spring work with them, and he came back about a month ago, and he's doing really good. He's got no buck in him, but he's a little bit watchy here and there. But he is for sale. So if anybody's looking for kind of a cowboy, big loop type horse, he's gonna make a good one that way. He's got lots of energy. He's not stupid. He's not hot, but he can cover a lot of country. So anyway, this is Kujo. All right, you guys know this horse. This is Mesa. He's a 4-year-old AQHA gelding. We bought him off the Pitzer Ranch as a yearling. He's sired by Duke Got Jack. They're stud out there, and he's coming along real nice. We brought him along a little bit slower just because he took a little bit longer to grow up and get some size to him. But he's going to make a really nice ranch horse. He's been a lot of miles this spring and coming right along. So we're pretty excited about Mesa.
All right, and last but definitely not least is this big old guy. This is Drifter, and this is the horse we bought at the San Juan Ranch horse sale last year. And he was 2 then, he's 3, and we haven't ridden him a whole lot. He's growing, but you can see how big he is, and that's why we haven't ridden him a whole lot. We want him to grow up. We don't want to hurt him, and his knees are still kind of closing up, and we can see a little bit of a gap there. So we'll start riding him a little bit more this summer, but we're gonna go easy on him. But oh man, he's so nice, and he's such a big, powerful horse, but yet he is just gentle as he can be, and we're excited about him. He's gonna be a heck of a ranch horse. Okay, so that's our horses, and you know what our favorites are, and what our go-to horses are, and what a go-to horse is. If you're interested in horses like these, there's going to be some of them at that San Juan Ranch horse sale, including that Boudreaux that we showed you earlier. And we're going to put a link in the description, so there is online bidding and stuff. We'll give you some instructions on that. But there's going to be some really top-notch saddle horses there, as well as some babies. I think there's 20 babies in that sale, and they're all going to be bred to the hilt. And anyway, really good sale. So that's our horses, and so from now on you'll know what our favorite horses are and what our go-to horses are. And anyway, we're gonna kind of end the video, not right here, but this is gonna be kind of it for the week. Tonight is the PRCA Rodeo San Juan Stampede, and Hyde is going to be riding a sheep in that rodeo, and we're kind of excited about that. So anyway, we're going to put that footage on here, and that'll close us out for the week.
Ride 'em with the shots, yes! Brass for the rodeo with 76 points for hijack. 76.
Hey, come here. Right here. Good job, buddy.
All right, Ray. It's your turn.